Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and we're back for a Best of One series. So, with the lack of Magic Arena the past few days, I've not really been able to get onto the schedule that I did say that I was going to do. So it's going to be a little bit more freeform this week. I'm just going to be playing some fun stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoy it for the time being. Probably do some draft at the end of the week, though. All the same, but yeah. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to be playing a best of one deck. Today's deck is going to be a Yarok build, but not just any Yarok build, a Liliana's Contract Arcane Adaptation Yarok build. So the build around card here, which is one of our win cons, not our only win con, is Liliana's Contract, a 5-mana enchantment that says whenever it enters the battlefield, you draw 4 cards and lose 4 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. So what we can do is we can Arcane Adaptation and name Demon, and this changes the creature types of all of our creatures, in addition to their current types, to Demon, which means you just need 4 unique creatures on the field, and Liliana's Contract will win us the game. So we actually have an elemental tribal theme, but we're actually also winning being demons. So that's the thing. Yarok being the real payoff card here. 5 mana for a 3/5 with Death Touch and Lifelink. Elemental. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So basically, enter the battlefield effects have double triggers. So Liliana's Contract will draw us 8 cards and lose us 8 life. Healer of the Glade will gain us 6 life for 1 mana. Risen Reef will look at the top 2 cards and put them into our hand or onto the battlefield tapped if it's a land. Risen Reef is the absolute MVP of this deck, no doubt out in my mind. If you have Risen Reef into Yarok, Yarok will trigger the Risen Reef twice as well. So Risen Reef will ramp you into all of your stuff. It's not uncommon for this deck to just play every single land in it and get to the very bottom of the deck. You have to be very careful with this list because Risen Reef can mill you if you're not careful, in addition to Cavalier of Thorns as well. 5 mana, 5/6. When it enters the battlefield, you reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You put a land from among them onto the battlefield, untapped if you should choose, and the rest into your graveyard. And when it dies, you may exile it. If you do, put another card from your graveyard on top of your library. So we can actually get our pieces back if the Cavalier would die, but it's also a really good flyer, being a 5/6 with reach. Everybody seems to forget that it has reach, and they'll run Lyras and things like that into it. It's pretty silly. But yeah, Cavalier is absolutely wonderful. We'll kill it ourselves if we really want to with cast downs to make sure that we can get our pieces. I've actually won by cast downing my own Cavalier into Arcane Adaptation for the win, which is quite the thing to say. You know, I've killed my own creatures to win. But yeah, we also have Muldrotha in here, the Gravetide, because we have a lot of different permanent types in here. We have creatures, enchantments, and we basically have all the reason to use them as well. We can bring them back the contracts, the arc adaptations, any of our elementals that we need to rebuild. We got the Vine Mares, just a nice beatdown piece as well, and the Fine Finalities as a board wipe, but also to find the pieces that we need. So we can pull back Muldrotha if we mill her off of Cavalier of Thorns as an example, or discard her to end size in the early game. But we can also use the board wipe. The -4/-4 is pretty sweet. And the +2 counters is also pretty good, in fact, because it can save Vine Mares. But Yaroks and Cavaliers will also survive the finds as well as Muldrotha. So all of our big Haymaker cards are pretty sweet. And it's not uncommon for you to want to actually finality your board simply to get rid of your own Risen Reefs. Because as I said, this deck has the potential to mill itself quite quickly. So if you can kill your own Risen Reefs, that can actually save you from decking yourself later down the line. Removal of choice is Assassin's Trophy and Cast Down. We're running Assassin's Trophy because we literally don't care how much mana our opponent has, because there's no doubt in my mind we will have more than them. So it really does not matter, not one bit. And it's a catch-all for Planeswalkers and everything that we really need to take care of. If our opponent bindings are Yarok, as an example, we can Assassin's Trophy it. If they've got Teferis, Assassin's Trophy. If they've got a horrible creature, Assassin's Trophy. Everything else, board wipe. So yeah, this deck is absolutely hilarious. We have a Mending of Dominarian here to shuffle our graveyard in should we need it. Not entirely sure if it is necessary or not, but I added it in here just as a little bit of a panic button. I've not decked myself with this so far, but I have gotten to about 5 cards left in my deck. So I feel like a Mending of Dominaria here and there might be okay, but it's obviously a non-bow with the Muldrotha to a certain extent. Shuffling your graveyard in is not what Muldrotha wants to see, but yeah, it's still pretty nice, ramping yourself up as well. is pretty cool. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the games, and I'll see you there. Alrighty then, we're in, and we've got ourselves a Risen Reef, so I'm pretty sure this is just now a keep. We can probably work our way up until these Vine Mares and Cavaliers. Yeah, why not? Let's do this. Meandering River for our opponent, and double Risen Reef is very good. Let's take some removal. I don't mind that. I'm not sure if we'll need it or not, but if this is, I don't know, maybe a control deck. Blue-white is very usually that kind of thing, so I might need some Planeswalker removal. Who knows? Other than that, though, I mean, this hand basically builds itself with the Risen Reefs. Alright, so we're playing some banned stuff, so that's probably there for good old Nissa. Alright, that's the turn. Just going to tap land. I don't think I need to Assassin's Trophy anything. Next turn we Risen Reef, turn after that we Risen Reef. See where we go from there, I guess. I imagine it all comes down to if we hit lands or not off of these triggers. It's a pretty solid card. You'll be seeing a lot of it, I'm telling you right now. Not just from me, but in general. Oh, it's a Neoform list. Alright, so we're going after, what? Fibblethip? 1s into 2s, that's usually the case, yep. It's a draw. It's a Divination for 2 mana. Yay. Alright, let's go Risen Reef. I reckon we can outvalue a Neoform deck. As weird as that sounds, I reckon we can do it. Alright, so we hit another Vine Mare, which isn't the worst. It is an Elemental, for the record, so it will trigger off of Risen Reef. Every single creature in this deck is an Elemental. Lyra. I can afford to take a hit from Lyra in order to Risen Reef some more. Double triggers. There's Yarok. That's what we're looking for. Now I need a land. Oh, it's happening. It is happening, boys and girls. So Yarok comes down and we'll double trigger. So I think we get like 4 triggers off of these Risen Reefs. Just off of Yarok coming down next turn. There's Kiora.
Right into battle.
And then we've got ourselves a Cavalier of Thorns, which can block Lyra later as well. Get double triggers off the Cavalier. I think we can afford to wait for that.
Let's get moving.
Alright, let's do this, shall we? Let's go Yarok. Double triggers. Let's look at the top 4 cards. Draw 4 or ramp 4. Well, drawing 2 so far. That's a really good one, the Healer of the Glade. That's exactly what we want. Then we ramped a bit, played a land, and then we'll gain 6 life. That undoes a bit of what Lyra's just done. Trigger, 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 trigger. Oh boy. Yep, let's put that into play. And it's another Yarok. We can discard that one. And we could probably discard that Leafkin Druid as well. No tax. Alright. Let's get rid of Yarok. Let's get rid of a Vine Mare. Let's get rid of... Yeah, we could draw 8 cards, but we're already drawing like crazy, so I'm just going to get rid of that one. Get rid of the Leafkin Druid. We're going to be doing some serious milling with this Cavalier of Thorns anyway. Vanifar. Alright. And gets him for 5. Takes us back to 12. Bonus at 28. It's not too bad.
I love to make a splash.
We will outvalue them. So I probably want to do Cavalier into Temple, right? I could do Risen Reef first. We would basically see our entire deck. If I did that. Oh god. That would probably be too much. Let's just Cavalier. Let's just Cavalier and then maybe Cloudkin Seer. Triggers! Woo! Alright, let's take the Overgrown Tomb. And actually put these into play untapped. I should be doing that really. There's Muldrotha. That's the stuff right there. Leafkin Druid. Let's take Hinterland Harbour. Assassin's Trophy. Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered too much then about the untapped land there, because I only have a tapped land in my hand anyway. So let's Assassin's Trophy the Vanifar. Keep them off of that value engine. We're the only ones that are allowed to value around here. And then let's play Leafkin Druids. Trigger, 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 trigger. Arcane Adaptation. Okay, we could probably win next turn, or the turn after anyway. Temple. See if we can find... Yeah, fine. Finality is a good one. We'll leave that on top. And draw that with the Risen Reef. And double scry off of Yarok. Breeding Pool to the bottom. 18 cards left in our deck. Another fine finality. Sure, why not? It's one of the few things we can't get back with Muldrotha. So I guess it's nice to have there. Right, let's discard. Arcane Adaptation, Liliana's Contract, Vinemare, it's a bit late for that. Risen Reef, we got too many of. Okay. So we have nearly every land in our deck. We've drawn nearly every card in it. They've got a Shalai. Okay. Keeping that on top. Fair enough. Right, well, we're going to take nothing, because everybody forgets that Cavalier of Thorns has reach. Don't know why they do that. But I feel like every time I've played Cavalier and my opponent's had a flyer, I've just won. Alright, so let's get Muldrotha down. Trigger, 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 trigger. That's removal, like it. Bring Pool into the battlefield tapped. Cloudkin Seer. Land, tapped. Dismiss this. Cast a creature. Let's get the Healer of the Glade so we can gain 6 life. Triggers! I'm gonna need my Mending a Dominaria soon. Really am. All the lands. Assassin's Trophy. Yeah, I'm gonna need 9 cards left. So I could get... Let's get a land. Let's do Drowned Catacomb. Let's cast as an enchantment. Let's go get Arcane Adaptation. Name Demon. Do that for later. Healer of the Glade. Gain some more life. Oh boy. Where's my mending? There it is. Okay, I'm gonna have to be really careful. Just gonna decline that. I should actually decline it. I need it in play. Right, let's just clear the way then. Cast down. And let's get swinging, shall we? You. All at face. Go. They can trade off my Risen Reefs. I want them to. Okay. And what does Finality do for me at this point? Not too much, honestly. I'll just hold it. Discard, Risen Reef, Land, Seer, Cavalier. Yeah, I need to get rid of those Risen Reefs. So I'll probably do something like Assassin's Trophy. So this actually won't help me anymore, will it? 2 cards. No, it won't help me anymore. I will deck myself. But we can gain a metric ton of life with the Healer of the Glade. Get rid of our Risen Reef so that just having Vinemares is enough. So let's do Finality. Take action. Let's pump up the Yarok. Kill my little stuff. Which opens up my other things. Let's get a land out of the yard. Just a temple. Don't want that. Don't want that. I think I've only got lands left in my deck. Oh boy. Okay, let's get some vine mares. There it is. Enchantments. I could get another arcane adaptation, but it's a bit late for that. I'll kill myself before that happens. Alright. Swing him. Hope that we can get there. We'll just do it anyway. Let's name Homunculus. There we go. Pass the turn. So we got a metric ton of removal. Our opponent can't really resolve any creatures anymore. And we're basically swinging over for lethal, so that's pretty good. Basically. Not quite, but basically. Yep. So I still haven't managed to deck myself with this one, but I got pretty close. Oh god. Oh, it was close. Okay, Shocklands, Temples, we got our Yarok. Our only early game play is Cloudkin Seer, and removal for Cast Down. I think that's speedy enough, honestly. We can make this work. Alright, let's do Temple. Honestly, that kind of works for me. Yeah, sure. That gives me a play to make next turn. But I will have to double shock myself for the Cloudkin, I guess. Well, not necessarily, I suppose. But, you know. If I get bolted, definitely. Not the bolt the bird kind. Ah, it's Merfolk. Alright then. Well, I'll leave them with the Biomancer. I don't think I really particularly care. Tap land and say go. Next turn we've got Yarok. And then we need something to trigger it, which I mean, Cavalier is basically a top tier trigger. So we got the 3 green. Let's get down Yarok. Swing at Kiora. We don't want too much of that shenanigans.
I'm salty.
I'm salty. Alright, calm down, love. Proliferate on the Kiora. Alright, that Biomancer probably wants to die soon. Sure about that? Ooh, Risen Reef. Risen Reef is more immediately amusing. Yeah, let's do Temple. See if we can set up the top card to be a land. So we can do some ramping. And then double triggers here. We will reveal and ramp. And get another Yarok. Yeah. That's a bit of a meh from me, dog. Alright, well. Let's go after Kiora. They might want to activate their Biomancer. No? Okay. I was going to say they might want to activate the Biomancer next turn so they won't block. And then we can cast it down in response. Using our wonderful mana. But other than that, we're set up to just Cavalier here like crazy. Adana's Climb. Yeah, we're going to be casting that bad boy down. Out of here! Alright, next turn we're Cavaliering and we're milling 10 cards and ramping 2. So we set up our graveyard like crazy. Probably find Muldrotha along the way. And win the game. Good stuff. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, we can take this hand. This looks pretty good, actually. We've got a Shockland, which makes our mana pretty great into Risen Reef, Leafkin Druid, into Yarok. Something along that line. This will ramp us there. Alright, ooh, Temple of Malady. You know what, I'll do Temple, because then we can shock in Overgrown Tomb. More lands. I'm not gonna need this land. I'm gonna use the Risen Reef ramp instead. So I shan't need it. Alright, Leafkin. Do your thing. So Overgrown Tomb is actually gonna untap all of these check lands, which is pretty sweet. Kiora.
Krakens, leviathans, octopuses, serpents.
New art.
I love them all.
I love them all. Oh my god. Alright, let's play Risen Reef. And I don't think the mana, the life, sorry, is necessarily relevant here. So I'm just going to use Healer of the Glade to trigger Risen Reef again. So I think Ramp's just more important if we can manage it. We've got card draw instead. Okay. This card is broken. Might get banned. It's stupid. Oh god. It probably won't get banned, but I'd like to think that it does. And it looks like opponents accidentally shot themselves. That looks like bait. You're baiting me, son. Opponent is a master baiter. Alright, well, I'm just going to go Liliana's Contract and get that Frilled Mystic out of their hand. No. They really did shock themselves by accident. Let's draw 4. Good stuff. Yeah, probably. Nightpack Ambusher. Oh boy, you got me. Oh, I did not see a flash thing coming. God, if I'd have only known that you were gonna flash something at me, I could have done something about it. Oh no. Alright, let's get rid of Cloudkin. See ya. Risen Reef's doing that job for us anyway. Next turn, play Yarok, most likely.
Nature
Going for 5 mana Nissa. Roll-esque. Alright. That's a 6/6 ambusher. Well, you're about to get ambushed by something much worse. It's going to be a Yarok. And Yarok's been desecrated, so he ain't happy. Let's do this. Double triggers. Assassin's Trophy's nice. Ramp is better. Healer of Glade, gain 6 life. Draw 2 cards. Yep, ramp is better. Tap land. Cavalier, there we go. That's a roll-esque blocker right there. And no attacks. Alright, we literally have to find Arcane Adaptation and we win. Simple as that. Vanifar. Good job, I got 19 million removal spells for you. Yeah, I'll take 4. I won't take 6 though. Alright, jump. No reason to keep it around. No reason to keep it around when I've got Cavalier of Thorns and I can probably just draw a million things anyway. Okay, so let's do this, shall we? Cavalier Fine Finality might be the option. We're looking basically for Muldrotha, I guess. Muldrotha is a bad girl. Other than that, we're going to be discarding like crazy, so I don't really want to draw too many cards with the Risen Reef. We could literally deck ourselves if we're not careful. Although, that would be mighty fun, wouldn't it? That would be mighty fun. Alright, let's draw 4 cards. Cavalier. Drown Catacomb. Another Contract. Cemetery. Alright, let's do Cavalier. Oh, that's like 14 odd cards. Oh, there goes our Arcade Adaptation. Got a Hero of the Glade, we've got Ramp, we've got Hintland Harbour, we've got Risen Reef, Fine Mare. Let's see, we could do, I think we'll do Healer of the Glade. What are we on now? 19 cards. Probably want to do a Fine Finality next turn to stop the Risen Reef. We are our own deck's worst nightmare sometimes. Let's get a Scry in there. Don't want Yarok. Don't want Cloudkin's here. There's Arcane Adaptation. So we go Overgrown Tomb untapped, Arcane Adaptation, name Demon, and if they can't answer the contract, the adaptation, or our board state, they lose. We're going to discard Vinemare, Seer, Reef, Reef. Alright. 4 removal spells, 1 board wipe, and a rebuild on the contract to draw 8 cards. Can you answer my uniquely amazing board state of Demon Elementals? Or are you dead? You can't 17 me, in theory. They do have a Prime Speaker Vanathar, which could do something, I guess. I'm not sure what it could do. At this point, I mean, you can proliferate. Oh god, Ferocious Pup. You dare. Don't you dare, opponent. They're gonna kill Goodies Boy, aren't they? Oh, you deserve to lose, you monster. Shoves a trident into a puppy. Oh my god. Shifting Ceratops. Just can't be redeemed. You're dead to me, opponent. You're dead to me. Untap a permanent.
Ripples and grows.
Where do we go from here? Maybe digging for Fibblethip off of a Llanowar Elves. Rolesque. Proliferating. Proliferating won't do you much good. Neoform. Yeah, Fibblethip. Might be looking for a bounce spell, maybe, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unique demons. We only need 4. But I suppose if they've got, like, Blink of an Eye, they can do Bounce Liliana's Contract. Bounces Yarok. Need another one. That's Fibblethip. That will not do it. All I have to do is not block. And I win. Good stuff. Wrecked. Mow indeed. Mow. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It is a crazy monster of a deck. I'm not sure if Mending a Dominaria is the exact card I want to stop myself from decking. I think maybe just a little bit of self-control, and you probably won't even need this card at all, to be honest. I've never literally decked myself. I've always won by the time that I got to like 10 or less cards anyway, so I don't know. This deck's pretty sweet though. It does a lot of crazy stuff and the synergies are real. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to build it yourself. It is a ton of fun and I'm sure you'll get many an hour of joy out of it. But other than that, guys, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe as well for more content in the future. If you do enjoy the decks and the channel, helps out so much. So thank you very much for anyone who decides to do that. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.